We are in the final days of August, changing seasons, but that doesn't mean that there's ever a change in the new music and entertainment releases. Chris Brown from Bomos is here to be our guide to some of the latest. Thanks for coming in. Good to have you here, as always, Chris.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, so we got a new album from a band called Fontaines DC. The album is called Romance, CD, LP, and cassette.
Cassette. Yes, true. That's true.
What are we talking about here with this band?
They are an indie rock band from Ireland, and this is their fourth album. Their first one was 5 years ago. And, you know, they've always had like a pretty good indie buzz, but they're on a new label now, so I think it's just going to elevate them. The album's good.
What kind of music? How would you describe it?
Well, I mean, it's rock music, basically, with an indie sort of spin on it. Like, they opened for Arctic Monkeys, so they sort of fit into that world. It's much more guitar and drum based than, there are not a lot of synthesizers in there, but there are strings. So it kind of fills out the texture in an interesting way, instead of just layering tons of guitars, you know.
All right.
And they're touring too, so you can see them next month.
Yes, good point. Yeah, I think Boston, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, you can't see Chris's boots, but they are perfect for this next act on the list. He's wearing these amazing cowboy boots. Lainey Wilson.
Thank you.
Her album Whirlwind.
Yes. So, you want to talk about, so she a huge pop country star, right? Was on Yellowstone, you know, Grammy winning, cleans up at CMAs all the time. But she also launched, on Friday when the album came out, she launched a jewelry line. So I was thinking, I don't know how to think about that if you're distracting from your, because it should be, right? Buy my album, buy my album. And she's got this jewelry line, but then, you know, I'm wearing, like, these are actually Carlos Santana brand boots, so I think I have to go with musicians and their fashion stuff. But, you know, but anyway, yeah, it's, she's more on the country side of pop country than the pop side, if you know what I mean. It's not.
And she's enormously popular right now, so people are going to be snatching up this album.
Yeah, good album.
Let's move on to Zeal and Ardor. That's the name of the act. Grief is the name of the new album, and this is something out of the ordinary, a Swiss heavy metal band?
Well, yeah. Yes, but you know, heavy metal. You know, usually you think of Sweden as for European heavy metal for sure. But what I really like about them is they will go anywhere they need to make their songs work. They're not quite as hemmed in as some heavy metal bands are, and so the softer moments, the more atmospheric ones, or where it's more synth-based or something, kind of creates this foundation. So then when it's time to rock, it's huge and exciting. Yes, but the contrast is important.
Okay.
All right, and then we're wrapping things up with Sun Ra and his Astro Infinity Orchestra, which this is really cool.
Yes, I think so. Now, you know, he just played, or he's left the planet, but his band just played 2 shows in Maine earlier this month.
Yep.
And these are recordings from 1965, and so you think of them as like avant-garde big band with like this cosmic kind of thing to it, free jazz. But in 1965, he brought in a bunch of stringed instruments, exotic stringed instruments, and gave them to the horn players, and none of them knew how to play them.
Oh my gosh.
And so these are those recordings, so which makes this album unique even in his discography.
Yeah.
It's a cool concept, and it works.
That's a way to shake up a band and give it a fresh sound, is give the members instruments they don't know how to play.
Amazing, it sounds like Sun Ra somehow.
All right, we got to leave it there. Chris, thanks as always. We appreciate it. The full list of these new releases we've talked about, you'll find on our website or app. Stay with us. Back with more in just a moment.